So I did this video on my YouTube channel about a week ago, and for some reason it just blew up, and people are very interested in this idea with mortgage interest rates being super high right now. And we showed a stat there in the very beginning at, January of 2022, it was like 3%. By May of 2022, it was 10%. So we've been seeing the spike in adjustable rate mortgages, and I wanted to get your take
10%.
on it.
10%? There's not any mortgage rates that are 10%.
Well, no, the amount of people doing them.
Oh,
3%
the amount
of the
people
mortgages.
doing adjustable rate mortgages has gone way up.
Yes.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, not the interest rate itself.
Okay.
So I wanted to cover this, and I just watched your real estate lesson in Financial Peace University where you cover a lot of these mortgage traps, but a lot of people are going, this might be my ticket to home ownership, Dave. And this article unpacks what's going on here.
It's your ticket to foreclosure.
Yeah. ARMs have started to recover from more than a decade of disinterest from both consumers and lenders. They're returning to the fold amid a sharp increase in home prices and fixed mortgage rates that began in early 2022. As the housing market begins to thaw from a year of depressed demand, more potential sellers begin to list their homes. Could ARMs help more prospective buyers get a foot in the door of their first home?
Wait a minute. You understand, this passive-aggressive question statement here is on Experian.com.
Which is
This would be the credit bureau.
Yeah. What is their vested interest in this?
Getting you in debt and keeping you in debt because you're all worried about their FICO score. Hello.
They'll make money if you get a mortgage and they have to run the score. This is a money-making scheme for them.
We love debt, and so we're Experian, and we're going to passively, aggressively ask, is this a way for people to get their foot in the door? That sounded very soft. Sounded like a suggestion to me. Sounded like a conspiracy to me.
Seriously. Oh, they have a new stat in here, Dave. The share increased from 3%, it was for much of the decade, to as high as 13% by October of 2022. Of the
mortgages.
Of the mortgage originations.
That are going out there. 3% used to be adjusted. So 97% were not doing adjustables, and now 87% are not.
And it's down as of April 2023. They say it's now 8% of all new mortgages.
Yeah, thank God.
It's taking a dip.
So do we need to talk about this?
Well, I want you to just share why they're a bad idea, because people don't understand, and there's a funny clip from The Office with Michael Scott falling for one of these. And he's like, well, no, it's a 30. And she's like, no, it's 10 over. And so I wanted you just to run the analysis on who is this for, why are people doing this, why should they stay away?
Okay, we'll get real technical to help you. But before we do that, let's just say this, all right? If you buy a mortgage that adjusts in an increasing interest rate environment, what are you expecting it to adjust to? Up. Well, that's dumber than a rock on the surface. Interest rates are moving up, and you're buying a mortgage that allows them to and gives you the probability of a higher interest rate later. Let's just start with that's stupid. Okay? The second thing is this. Let's say interest rates stay the same or go down slightly. Here's what you're going to discover. Your mortgage interest on your adjustable rate mortgage is going to go up even if rates go down a little or stay the same. Here's why. Your mortgage is adjusted based on an index and a spread over the index. Let's just do a simplified version, okay? Let's say you took out a 4% adjustable rate mortgage, and it's supposed to be 2% over the index. That would mean the index would be 2. 2 plus 2 is 4, okay? But the index, however, when you start your brand new mortgage, they move you in on a bait and switch because the index is already higher. Would give you the spread, would already give you a higher interest rate today than you're getting today. So instead of let's say we're getting a 4% adjustable rate, the index is 2, your spread is 2, so that 2 plus 2 equals 4, okay? But it's not 2. The index today in that case would be more like 2.6. So the interest rates would have to go down 0.6 for your rate to remain the same the next time it adjusts. Y'all follow how I'm doing this, okay? Because the index plus your spread equals your interest rate. And the index is already cheated up when you go in, so rates would have to go down in order for you to do this. And
so it's a big gamble.
So it's not a big gamble.
Well,
You're 100% dead on going to have an increase. There's no gamble about it. And you bought the house on short-term thinking. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, God, it's money. I can pay this payment. Like this payment's even going to be around. On the first adjust, you're going to see an increase. It's not a gamble. Almost 100% of the time. Because, again, rates would have to go down to get your spread, to keep your spread on the index.
Far enough down.
Okay,
Yeah.
It just doesn't work. So this all came from mortgage companies protecting themselves in 1982. I was selling real estate. The first adjustable rates came out then, okay? Because interest rates had gone to 17%. Remember that? And money market rates. Back then we had these things called savings and loans. Money market rates on your savings were 12%. Wow. You could get 12% on your savings account. Well, let me help you with this. The local savings and loan makes a loan in the 70s on a mortgage, 4%. They are receiving 4% on $100,000. Interest rates shoot up. That's a 4% fixed rate loan. Now, in order to get $100,000 into the savings and loan or into the bank, they got to pay out 12, but they're only receiving 4.
That's a problem.
That's called, in the banking world, they call that disintermediation. Your butt's upside down mathematically. And so that's one of the things called the savings and loan industry to crash. That's why I brought up savings and loans. It's one of the things that crashed them was disintermediation. It wasn't fraud. It was that. Because they had millions of dollars of mortgages on the books at a fixed rate, and all of a sudden they're having to pay more than they're receiving to get new savings deposits. So they said to themselves, I don't like this. Next time these rates go up, we're going to have a portion of our portfolio that adjusts up as interest rates go up. And so the adjustable rate mortgage was born so that to protect the banks against an increasing interest rate environment so they don't get stuck with a bunch of low interest mortgages on the books. Ta-da! The first adjustable rate mortgage I sold was, the fixed rates were 14%, 1982, 1983. The fixed rates were 14%. Our adjustables were 12. Wow. And I said, man, nobody will ever buy these things. And that was 1982, and they're still buying them.
Still around today. So just transferring the risk from the lender onto you.
It's
all it is.
100% what it does. It transfers the risk of higher interest rates from the lender. It ensures that the lender is always going to freaking make money. What it amounts to. This is a bank play. It ain't got anything to do with being a blessing to you and allowing, according to Experian, help prospective buyers get their foot in the door. Bull crap. Hadn't got anything to do with prospective buyers. It's got to do with banks. And one thing you can count on banks is banks protecting banks. It's what they do. And they've been good at it for a long time. That's why their furniture is nicer than yours. That's why their building is bigger than yours. It's not an accident. Santa Claus didn't build those freaking towers in the skyline. It was you. You built them with this kind of crap where you give these banks your money. You fall for the trap of this stuff. So adjustable rate mortgages it's one of the biggest ripoffs ever to come along, especially because of the motivation of it.
Yeah.
To come along
desperation
and everything. So if you have to do an adjustable rate mortgage, it means you can't afford the house.